Hello Milky friends, it is Milky here with you for another Idle Heroes video. Happy, I think it's Thursday now. It's Thursday here in Australia. I've got nothing to do. I'm now unemployed again. For those of you that don't know, I am an independent consultant. And so you're probably wondering, well, what the hell does that mean? I've explained it before previously in a video what I specifically did and why I'm such a spreadsheet master. I won't bore you with the details again, but suffice to say, I have a lot of downtime in between work, and I invest it in basically useless ways. I watch a lot of YouTube videos on dogs, and I play some Idle Hero videos. I sleep a lot. I should be doing more productive things. One of which is maybe just creating YouTube videos, and this is probably not probably the best use of my time, but here we are. So today's video is on Guild Tech, and this is, I guess, up front, this is probably a video both for new players and more experienced players. So I'm going to show you what I've invested in Guild Tech. So if you're starting out, if I had to start again, obviously everyone knows. Well, if you're new, you probably don't know. You never ever spend money gold coins here in the gold shop. It's just a terrible return, especially at the start in terms of what you can get for your gold coins. Universally acknowledged, you should never just spend here. I was, having said that, mighty tempted to spend on a priest here, but basically Starlight. Is Starlight a priest? She's not a priest. No, she's a mage. Excuse my dog. He's barking in the background. He's doing crazy things. I've got no idea, and I can't edit it out. So I was obviously quite tempted to spend in the priest event on which is still occurring right now. I was tempted to spend the priest event because I was one short on finishing this and getting my special chest that was going to give me my pay to win artifact. By the way, I got another magic stone sword, which will go very nicely on the second tower that I'm building. Simply because I can. I've got nothing else to do. I actually have a fuck ton of pay to win artifacts to the point where, you know, I'm using on Norma the torch because why not? I can. I've got a bunch of other shit on here as well. I've got like 5 demon bells. So it's kind of crazy how many pay to win artifacts I have. But I digress. We're here to talk about Guild Tech. Guild Tech, don't spend it on the store, spend it on tech. And when you first start out, you basically want to max out the level 1 trees first. So you basically want to max out the trees for all the classes, the first level. Everything except for priests. Back in the day when we didn't have these level 2 trees, and it was just basically the level 1 trees. So when I talk about level 1, level 1 is basically what you see up front, and then when you click into the middle symbol, and I think it's only available after you've fully upgraded everything in the level 1, the first screen for that particular class. Only then can you click into the second screen and you get other things you can upgrade. So in the old days, before they came up with the level 2 stuff, everyone was just maxing out level 1, right? So everyone had everything maxed out, including the assassin class, where you would argue there are no relevant heroes in there right now, so why fucking bother? But back in the day, everyone had a ton of gold coins, and I thought, you know, I've got nothing else to spend it on. I could spend in the store, but it's got such a poor return. I might as well max out the assassin class, and that's why I've done it. So I've maxed out, because I'm one of the older players, I've maxed out all my level 1 trees. So then, you know, that's going to take you a while. As a new player, that's going to effectively take you a while to max out the level 1 attributes, right? So then you're probably asking, okay, Melxel, that's great. What have you maxed out level 2? So let me show you what I've maxed out level 2 from a warrior perspective. So I've only maxed out, I focus heavily on the warrior class because there are so many warriors in the meta right now. So one of the things that you should do when you're trying to work out where to spend your gold coins in terms of level 1 or level 2, if you're starting out, I would focus on warrior right now, simply because there are so many warriors in the PvP meta right now. So if you go to like the first guy, right, you see how many warriors he's got as soon as the damn thing loads. So Unimax is a warrior, Garuda's a warrior, right? And then you've got either a priest or a mage. I keep forgetting. So she's either a priest or a mage, and then obviously carry is he's got. How did Mister get 2 carries? Fuck me. So Carrie's obviously a ranger. But Ada is... I keep forgetting. I think she's a priest. No, she's a mage. She's a mage. If you look at the top heroes right now, right? So Tara is a warrior, right? So how many... Let's keep a spreadsheet because I love spreadsheets. So we've got who, and then we've got class, right? So who's in the meta right now? You got a couple of Talos going around, and that's a warrior, right? Then we've got Ada, who's still kind of relevant. She still makes an appearance. So we've got Ada, and she's a mage, right? And then we've got Asmodel. He's dying off, but he's still around. I've seen in a couple of the sort of free-to-play type players, he's still around because he's still a decent player. He's not the best player, but he's still kind of relevant. He's still pretty good for PvP, so he still makes an appearance in lineups. Carry is obviously a ranger, our news dark. So ranger, we'll just put out of meta-ish, just so we remember that. Amun-Ra, she's still around, so the priest. Amun-Ra, and she's there mainly for enhancement. She's not a damage dealer, and that's important to keep in mind when you think about what to upgrade, right? Aspen is a warrior, and again, like Asmodel, he makes an appearance from time to time in the free-to-play player lineups, so he can't be discounted. He's still way powerful. DA is a mage. Don't see as much as DA as we should anymore. Again, falls in the class of Asmodel, Aspen, and DA, the old school players. Rooter is very, very relevant right now, so that is a warrior. Oh, here we go. Warrior. Unimax is around, so warrior as well. Unimax. Alright, and then we got Horus. I still see Horus is making a comeback. Horus is still there in a lot of lineups. I want to say he's gone the way of like an Asmodel or a DA or an Aspen, but he's not. I see more Horuses than I see those three heroes that I've just named. Penny is still around as well with her bursty cannon. Increasingly irrelevant, too slow, and Carrie just takes away all the energy, so she can never get overactive, which makes her useless. Belrain is actually still up there. So there's actually a lineup that the guy that... So I'll show you my PvP lineup. There's one lineup that used to be a mirror of my lineup, and I used to basically win 80% of the time, and now I can't fucking beat this guy because he's replaced Amun-Ra with Belrain. So my lineup, if you didn't know in PvP, is basically Unimax, Carrie, Ruda, Ada, Tara, and Amun-Ra. Amun-Ra is like kind of useless now because the bursty heroes that sort of give you back the health are gone. So like no more Aspens, no more DA, no more Penny. And because people aren't using as much of those heroes, Amun-Ra is kind of fallen out of the meta. He's kind of useless now, especially Ruda just, popping at the shields. So there's one individual, 7up, right? He basically had the exact same lineup as me, or I copied him, he copied me. Irrelevant who got there first. But basically, he's replaced Amun-Ra an E5 Belrain, and I can't beat him anymore. I cannot beat him anymore. So, if you're wondering about lineups for those of you who are, I guess, endgame players that are not free to play, this is a much better lineup than the one I have with Amun-Ra instead of Belrain. So, I've only got Belrain to E2, which is kind of disappointing, but there it is. So let's just see who the other heroes, the top players, are using, just to confirm our suspicions about who's in the meta. So like Ruda, like I said, double Adas, yep. Unimax. Can see who have you got? Carrie, yeah. Lock, stock, standard. Serpico. This idiot's still running two. Amun-Ra. God knows how you're fourth, mate. Milk still, that's me. Zabel is running double Rudas. Yep. So again, not a lot of people are just not using Amun-Ra's anymore. If you look at the top two, right, no Amun-Ra's. People are just dropping Amun-Ra because he's kind of useless. Serpi's kind of brave running two Amun-Ra's. I don't know how that's working out for him, but he's up there. But you look at everyone else. Burnak, yeah, he's got an Amun-Ra as well. But the top few players, the big spenders, because basically, guys, if you didn't know, well, you don't know, we lost basically 5-6 whales over the course of the last 3 weeks. After the coronavirus hit, especially, people just stop fucking playing. This guy's still running an Amun-Ra Lith. So Amun-Ra is still there, but like I said, not a damage dealer. Anyway, go back to our spreadsheet. Why is this relevant? This is relevant because it will guide where you invest your level 1 and your level 2 gold coins for the gold tech. So what I mean by that is, look, you'll see overwhelmingly there are 6 warriors in the meta. And you can argue, look, take Aspen and Asmodel out and you get to 4. But the reality is, it's heavily skewed towards warrior compared with mage, priest, and ranger, and there's no assassins. So the so what from that is basically when you're doing guild tech, for example, right? Where am I going? Guild, territory, guild tech. If you are first and foremost in the warrior class, I've invested heavily in the anti-ranger because carry's just slaughtering my warriors. So anything I can do to reduce the damage from carry, it's a good thing. I used to be anti-mage because I was scared of Ada. And arguably, you should still invest in anti-mage. Because, well, she's... Basically, Ada's still kind of relevant and still does a lot of damage, right? But I've particularly invested more in the or the reduced damage side of the level 2 tree than I have in the right-hand side of the tree, which is more anti-CC debuff type things. So like stun prevention, freeze immune, petrify, twines. It's kind of relevant. Twine is irrelevant because no one is using... There's only one hero with twines, right? And so they're not likely going to release another forest hero soon with twines, or... Yeah, there's just no one using... Only Oberon has twines and no one's using an Oberon army right now. So this is probably one of the ones you leave to last. And similarly with freeze. Who's got freeze right now that's relevant? No one. Petrify, as soon as you get E5s, when they created Purify as enable in E5, that whole right hand side of the tech tree, right? This whole right hand side, these things, it kind of just became irrelevant. Like stun used to be a big deal with Cruz and Michelle, but again, I'm not seeing too many people use Cruz and Michelle in the lineup, so I've underinvested in that. So for warrior, I've basically focused on, just not being hit by carry. And then I focused on anti-Ada, right? So who are the 2 mages in that kind of relevant that might screw me over? It's basically Ada. TA, if she's around, you basically, and you don't have an Amun-Ra, you basically want this on there, this maxed out. So then on the off chance that you do get hit because you've decided to like I said, because no one's using Amun-Ra anymore, you decide not to run an Amun-Ra and someone's got a DA just by dumb chance because they've got an old lineup, you want that protection, right? So Assassin, like I said, there's no one using Assassins in the meta right now. So this is one of those things, it's kind of like the right-hand side of this tree. It's a pointless tech to upgrade because there's no relevant Assassin in the meta. I haven't seen anyone use Nakia at all, like literally at all. So there's just no point in using upgrading this branch of the tree. Priest, if you look at the priest and who can do damage, right? There's Belrain and Amun-Ra. They don't really do... Belrain does damage, but Amun-Ra is more of a support hero and doesn't really do damage. And that's why I left that for last, right, in terms of upgrading. Or, I've dumped 20 into there, which seems like a lot, and it is a lot. In hindsight, that's probably a bad move, but I was stupid. And in hindsight, I would have just focused on Mage and Ranger for the upgrades. So then, if we go to my other areas, so if we look at Mage, because I still run Ada, I was very heavy anti-warrior, because I was trying to keep her alive. I was anti-ranger, because, again, Penny and Carrie do a lot of damage, so if I just bring that up, because I want to keep these people alive... That's good. If we go to, and similarly, what have I've also invested in stun when stun was like a big deal back then. This petrify, that's a fucking mistake. I need to reset, but I don't want to spend the gems. So then if we go to ranger, again, anti-warrior, because there are so many warriors in the meta, this is a big deal. You want to max this out as much as possible, especially to keep Carrie and Penny alive if you're running those 2 heroes. Anti-mage, again, because of Ada. And priest, again, in order of, if you're wondering what the order is in terms of level 2 tech tree upgrades, it's warrior because there are so many warriors out there. Then it's ranger because of the carry threat, and as well as some people still running pennies. And then lastly, it is probably, it's a tough set between mage and priest, but I'm probably more inclined to do warrior, ranger, then mage, because mage, you've basically got Ada, who's still doing a lot of damage out there and still completely relevant. And then I'd probably do priest last. So I'd upgrade my guild tech in that order, and I would probably focus on warrior first, because it depends on your lineup. Most people have a warrior skewed lineup right now. And so here you'll see the key things that I focused on, which is anti-mage and anti-ranger. But then as you go on, you apply those same principles that I just highlighted, those 4 key areas. Assassin, like I said, I haven't dumped anything into in level 2. And arguably, if I really needed the guild coins, I would just scrap the level 1s, because it's just not a relevant class for PvP. Might be for PvE, but yeah, that's where we are. And in terms of priest, again, similar train of thought. I haven't really upgraded anything. This is a mistake. As when stun was totally relevant and really annoyed the hell out of me, I was trying to get my stun immunity completely up. But now that Purify's come up, it's kind of relevant. So for priest, because I'm not going to be that priest heavy anymore, I've largely ignored upgrading. Like I said, my priest and my mage are probably my most neglected classes, if I'm going to be honest. No, my priest is. Yeah. Anyway, that's the video. That's how I spend my guild tech, and that's what you should consider as you're spending your guild tech, whether you're a new player or you are an existing player. Keen to hear if you share the same thoughts as me. If you don't, I'm always open, and I'd love to hear what you guys are doing with your guild tech. Hope you enjoyed the video, and hope you have a great day ahead. Thanks, guys.